Alright, so we got some stuff to do today on the truck. Just one, and that is to change the oil, because we are at our 3,000 mile limit for my oil changes, because I like to stay on my maintenance, because I like to keep my motors in check. So we're going to a test and tune tonight at a drag strip about 50 minutes away from me, so it's a good drive. So it's time to do the oil change. I want to go ahead and do that, just so I know it's full, it's fresh, we're good to go, race. We'll check over all the other fluids, make sure we're good to go. But we're going to a track that's, I guess you say, semi-local to me. It's an 1/8 mile track, like the one I usually go to, and it's about 10 minutes away from the one that I usually go to. But the one that I usually go to is being worked on, and has been being worked on for the past few months. What they've been doing is repaving the back half of the track, and they ran into a sole issue, so it's just been a big ordeal. So that track's not opening up anytime soon, and I'm ready to go racing. So we're going to drive the extra 10 minutes and go to a new track. I've also been kind of persuaded by a guy that goes to my gym. This older dude, he has a Roush 10-speed Mustang made like 640, 650 wheel. And he's always going down there, and he wants me to go, so probably go out there and meet up with him. But I think it's just me and Maddie going tonight. But I've got to change the oil on this. I've got to get the drag pack loaded up in the back, take my tools and stuff out, which is just a toolbox. I think I'm gonna leave everything in the interior. Obviously gotta have a seat for her. Sub box will stay, because I mean that's a good 40-50 pounds right there, but it's just too much of a hassle to not really pick up anything. I really just want to see what the truck will do, because I haven't ran it since I fixed the head gaskets and my boost spike. But I'm also worried that it's going to run slower, because I fixed my boost spike issue, which is, just a quick rundown, is my wastegate vacuum plumbing. I had my reference, which is right here. I had it on the manifold way back there with that little T. So whenever this was making boost, it had to go all the way through here, through the intercooler, into here, and it's not seeing the boost until here. So this doesn't know to open and let the excess pressure out to make, you know, wastegate pressure. So it spiked like 15 pounds and it jumped to 10. It was nice because, you know, kick in boost really quick, but I didn't want to over boosting, which is what it was doing. So put the reference right here on the turbo. It just does a little loop, a U loop right there, and it's instant. But I explained this in the last video, so I'm not going to explain this super long. For whatever reason, the springs that I had in it that equaled like 14 or 15 pounds were actually only making the 10 pounds that it was making, which is what it was tuned for. That's as far as we went with the truck. We tuned it on 10 pounds, that was it. I had to put a 5 and a 6 pound spring with this updated reference, because it was making that 14 to 15 pounds that it was set up to do. So I don't know why it was making the 10 pounds while it was dropping off. I have no idea. Maybe it was just a spike of the wastegate having to open. I don't know. But with the 5 and 6 pound spring, which is 11 pounds, it makes 8 when you first go watt. And then weirdly enough, when the converter locks, because I have 480, it's the locking converter, when the converter locks, it goes to 11 pounds, the targeted 11 pounds, and it'll stay there, which is, I don't understand. I don't think the 1 extra pound of boost is going to hurt at all, because the truck has room for that power. But I don't know, I'm just worried about it being 2 pounds less from the get-go, that it's going to run different. But it doesn't feel no slower than it did. I mean, maybe a little bit. But yeah, all we've got to do, I'm not gonna ramble anymore, all we've got to do is do the oil change. All right, now y'all guys get to see the nasty underside of my truck. It's not too bad. Y'all can see the little oil leak that's up there. There's a little bit on the pan. It's not really that bad, but it is an older truck, so what do you expect? Even though oil pan gasket's been changed, front cover's been changed. Yeah, a lot of the gaskets have been changed on this thing, and what you'd expect is like the turbo to be leaking, but it doesn't, surprisingly. Yay, my finger is clean. Sweet. This is going to overflow probably. This thing's warped. Fuck, I think it's going, it's wanting to. God damn it. Fuck. I can't hold it from right here. Dude, how much, dude. God damn it. This is bad. If you hadn't seen my exhaust, here it is. It goes down there, it goes over the axle, and then here's that drive shaft. If you guys have never seen up under here. 480 fuel regulators up under here. Wish it was up there. Don't know why it's down here, but whatever. Yeah, alright, I think this is draining, so we're good. Cool. Alright, well somehow I'm actually turning this filter by hand. I did not have to go get anything, so that's nice. So, it's about ready to come out. Alright, we'll get one. Fuck, whatever. One good turn of this motherfucker. Alright, that's all it wants. Alright, cool. Now we can fill this thing up with oil and be good to go. Oh, about forgot. Don't forget to do this either, or you will not be having a good day whenever it comes loose. Tighten this motherfucker back up, guys. Don't want to forget that. Fucker was loose as hell, and you just want to snug it. Don't ever tighten that shit. That is the last thing. Well, it's not the last thing. There's worse things you can cross thread, but I wouldn't cross thread that. I wouldn't recommend it. Alright, I had to go inside and get a battery for the GoPro because it died, but I filled it up with oil. We're good to go. Ready to start it up and back it out of here. Like I usually do, just check for leaks just in case. Shouldn't be leaking any more than it already does, but as long as it's not pouring out, yeah, we're good. I just did. I changed it, man. Back. Don't put the sticky Mickeys back there. Better look at that exhaust for you guys. You can see it through here too. If you guys didn't know, I painted my brakes blue. The traction bars are blue. I don't know if I mentioned that in the last video or not. pissed off. We got here at like 8:20. Took us a minute to figure out how to. Took us a minute to figure out like where to go. I think we met up with the owner and they said something about just letting us in for free, but as I'm switching on to the slicks, they said that they were closing at 9, so we are hot lapping it right now. I'm gonna double light this, dude. I do not give a fuck. I'm just gonna sit here and build boost. I want to gap him though. I got the gap cam on right now. Enough for tonight. I think this whole entire clip that is recorded just explains everything. Breaking up. I don't fucking know. The goal was to come, run this thing, and drive it home, and that's still a goal, so I'm not gonna jeopardize that by running it again like an idiot with it, doing whatever it just did. So I'll have to look back at this and see what the boost was at. I don't think it was going over. I have no idea. We will see. But that first round was a PB, so not really good shit.
69.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
84 at 65. I let way off. 60 foot was worse. We got oil pressure. It's not sounding too weird, so I don't really know. But I think it's okay. Fine now. Dude, it literally seems fine. I ran like an 8.4, but like I could hear it like breaking up, so I stayed out of it. I need to look under it, but it sounds fine now. Yeah, we're clean, dude. I mean, I wouldn't think it's leaking anything. It's got like a tiny mist. I don't know how much boost it hit, but like it felt like it left good. I don't know. It's running smooth right now. It's hot. I've got oil pressure. It's not hot. It's not doing anything weird. No. That first one was my personal best, so 7.6. Yeah, I'm recording this whole stuff. Alright, well, success with a downside. Oh fucking well. Got the gap cam on that random BMWs or whatever.